Plague Tale Requiem is a fantastic improvement over its predecessor, which was A Plague Tale Innocence, and it is a fantastic game with many elements that I really enjoyed. I'm not a big fan of stealth usually in games, but these games find a really great way to improve in the genre and make it really fun with a lot of the dynamics that I enjoyed. Also, the story was great. So today I'm gonna go and explain all the things that I enjoyed about this game, these games in general, because it's the second out of two parts. And yeah, so I'm gonna go over all the things that I liked right now. So first, for people who haven't played the game but have heard about it, who maybe want to play it now since it's nominated for Game of the Year in 2022, I'm going to explain a little bit about it. So it's basically an adventure set in medieval France, and it has a lot of it's kind of like a realistic game, but it has a lot of magic realism. So there's this kind of curse that affects Hugo, which is Amicia, the main character's brother, who is this little 10-year-old kid who has powers to control rats. He has a curse that goes back generations, and this game solves a lot of the questions we had in the first Plague Tale. So if you played the first one and really like the story, this one cranks up the story to times 10, and it has a lot of really amazing moments, a lot of great revelations that I enjoyed, and I really recommend playing this if you enjoyed games with a great story like this one. I think the story and the writing were the main reasons it was nominated for Game of the Year, because it really does a great job and it is very emotional. So without spoiling anything, I just gotta say the ending really got to me. So if you want a story that really plays with your emotions, this is the game for you. But now let's go a little with the gameplay. I feel, well, the gameplay is really similar to the first Plague Tale. So if you like stealth, if you like survival horror in a way, you're going to enjoy this game a lot. It does a lot with the, dark gray settings, escaping from soldiers. Then there's these rat sections you go into and try to evade guards, and, you have to solve a lot of puzzles. So if you played games like Resident Evil, Silent Hill, The Evil Within, this one was going to be another one in that regard, but without, horror elements into it. It's more like a dark fantasy story, but with a lot of also historical elements. So if you like history too, you'll enjoy this one. And yeah, the gameplay is pretty much similar, but with the addition of a crossbow that makes it really fun to just defeat enemies that otherwise would harm you, and make you repeat the section a lot of times. So I found the crossbow really entertaining because I'm more a fighter in games. I don't really like to hide around, get caught, try to run away. I'm not good at that. So the crossbow, I recommend upgrading it as soon as possible, and it makes the game a lot more enjoyable. So I like the gameplay. I like a lot of the elements, also the slingshot puzzles you have to do. You have a slingshot for the entire game. You use it to solve puzzles, to open doors, light fire to stuff, put out fires and that kind of stuff. So if you like those kind of things, you'll enjoy these aspects of the game. So in the game, we follow Amicia and Hugo after they kill the villain from the last game. They escape, they understand a little bit more about Hugo's curse, and now they try to escape again from guards before Hugo starts having these nightmares, visions, which tell him to go to an island. And from there, the game is Amicia and Hugo going to this island, trying to discover secrets, they find a secret society. And from there, the game, you spend it mostly on this island, but also it's full of these puzzles and elements. And I gotta say that this game dials it up on the fantasy element. In the last game, it was mostly just magical realism, oh, the rats were there, Hugo could control them, there's that fantasy aspect. But this one, it kind of kicks it up to almost existential Lovecraftian horror by the end, without spoiling much. The climax of this second part deals with a lot of topics that I really enjoy as a fan of cosmic horror and that kind of stuff. So that took me completely by surprise. But if you like games with a good story, I highly recommend it. And I gotta say, the voice acting, the motion capture was really great. This is one of the games with the best graphics I've seen. Honestly, it surprises me. And this studio really put a lot of effort into the graphics, making the most out of the new generation, which according to them can render a lot more thousands of rats thanks to the power of the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. But yeah, I really enjoyed a lot of the these aspects, the graphics, the acting. Also, the game is beautiful from beginning to end. I took a lot of pictures in photo mode that really made me enjoy this game, these two games, a lot for the photos I took in them. And yeah, but I really love photography in video games, so for me it was amazing to do that. But yeah, I really liked Plague Tale Requiem. I find it a lot better than the first game. I think it's a little bit longer too. But yeah, anyways, it's a really great duology. Both games are really great in that regard, and a lot of the similar aspects, but this one just kind of continues and then concludes the story with new characters, new locations, and a lot more sad moments. Yeah, the ending was really good. But also it kind of ruins it a little bit with a post-credit scene. I didn't like seeing that. I'm not a big fan of like continuing a story, but it doesn't need to be continued. I thought this one like ended perfectly, and then that post-credit scene kind of ruined the moment for me. But I feel like that's gonna be a little bit more subjective. But anyways, I'm gonna give A Plague Tale Requiem an 80 out of 100. Great game, a lot of great elements to it. I hope it gets a lot of love, even if it doesn't, win Game of the Year. I feel like it's gonna get like earn a lot of nominations and maybe win some awards, especially in the graphics department. But yeah, anyways, that was everything for today. Go play A Plague Tale Requiem if you like this review. And anyways, follow me on all my social media and also follow me on Twitch because I'm gonna be playing a lot more games now. I'm gonna be streaming every Wednesday and Friday. So if you like these reviews, if you like, also if you sometimes see me on Twitch, also check out this YouTube channel. I'm gonna be reviewing a lot of stuff too. So yeah, anyways, that's everything for today, and I'll see you later.